Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for October 10th. In 1824, Guadalupe Victoria became the first elected president of the new Republic of Mexico. He took office on April 1st, 1825, and he served a full 4-year term, stepping down on March 31st, 1829. Mexico can certainly have benefited in the future from such a statesman. I think, obviously, the subtle dig at General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. All right, 1835, the first issue of the Telegraph and Texas Register, later known simply as the Telegraph, was published in San Felipe by Gale and Thomas Borden and Joseph Baker. It became the official organ of the Republic of Texas 5 months later. By December, it had a circulation of 500. In April 1836, the presses were taken by the Mexican Army and dumped in Buffalo Bayou, but publication resumed on August 2nd with an issue produced in Columbia, which contained the text of the Constitution of the Republic of Texas. This was the first chance for most Texans to read the Constitution. By the summer of 1837, the Bordens had sold the Telegraph, and it was becoming the unofficial link between the government and the people. In 1877, after returning from exile in New Mexico, Charles Howard killed Louis Cardis in a store in El Paso, thus reviving and bringing to a head the Salt War at San Elizario. Uh-oh, Charles. In 1900, the first football game between UT Austin and OU took place, which UT Austin won 28-2. At the time, Oklahoma was a U.S. territory. In 1910, future Texas Governor M. Price Daniel was born in Dayton. In 1946, he became the youngest state attorney general in the country. In 1952, Daniel was elected to the U.S. Senate, where he drafted the Tideland Bill signed into law by President Dwight D. Eisenhower in 1953. Then declaring that he would, quote, rather be governor of Texas than president of the U.S., he returned to Texas and was elected governor in 1956 and again in 1958 and 1960. Over his career, he held more public offices than any other person in Texas history. Daniel died at Liberty in 1988. Well, good for him. Rather being governor of Texas than president of the U.S. How about president of Texas? Hopefully someone in the future will be able to say that. And finally, in 1940, a flight training program designed to train young men for World War II began at Denton Field in North Texas. The program was open to men between the ages of 19 and 26 who had completed 1 year of college. Each student got 72 hours of ground training and 35 to 45 hours of flight training. Over the last 3 years of the war, the program graduated about 33 pilots annually. The program ended with the war's end in 1945, and Denton Field was abandoned. All right, well, that was your Texas History Roundup for October 10th. Well, Charles, are you still on the run? I hope you enjoyed that. Come back tomorrow for more. We will talk to you then, and thank you very much for listening. You take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.